Hi, I'm Ken Jones, one of the founders of That Crepe Place. That Crepe Place is a high-quality, fast-casual crepe restaurant with a European feel. The fast-casual process of ordering food allows customers to choose items comprising of a variety of fresh ingredients they desire. Today's food industry is overrun with slightly different combinations of the same, but there are essentially no large players in the industry for crepes. That Crepe Place is looking to be the next big thing to hit the food industry. The founding team of That Crepe Place identified the growing popularity of fast casual restaurants in providing fast and fresh meals, often with ethnically inspired cuisines. In conducting a study of general interest in crepes, we found crepes to be a tremendously popular meal choice that could be served under a fast casual approach that capitalized on convenience. Operating as an LLC, our plan is to serve the Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue metro area with an initial location targeted for Bellevue, Washington. Because of our unique position in an industry that is continually changing, our strategy is to stay lean to go fast, which means that we're building an organization that can quickly adapt to customer needs. In that spirit, our founding team will also operate as managers for our first year of operations. At That Crepe Place, we believe that competitive advantage is achieved through exceptional quality and by putting our customers' needs first. Our mission is to provide outstanding, flavorful products and unrivaled service that deliver premium value to our customers. Over the next 3 years, That Crepe Place's goal is to introduce fast casual crepes to the Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue metro area of Washington State and establish one restaurant with sales of around $1.1 million by year 3. Employing 5 full-time and 10 part-time employees. If sales in this region are a success, then our plan is to franchise operations to the greater Pacific Northwest with the hope of reaching the greater American market in 10 to 15 years. During our first year, our priority will be to establish our first restaurant, introduce consumers to the savory and sweet crepe combinations we offer, and establish our reputation for quality and service. Prior to opening, our restaurant will need to be furnished and decorated in a hip European style that we hope will become indicative of the restaurant. While the building is being furnished, we will attend trade shows, local food, and gaming events with a small crepe cart to get our name out to the public and introduce our crepes to consumers and show them how versatile crepes can be. We will also need to seek out local and regional suppliers to stock fresh, quality ingredients from the Pacific Northwest and set up IT operations to ensure we're ready to process sales, marketing, and business operations. Once the restaurant is ready to be open, we'll conduct soft openings for family and friends, industry experts and critics, and food bloggers. These soft openings will help us fine-tune restaurant and supply chain operations and the overarching customer experience. Once we have fine-tuned operations, we will open our restaurant to the public and begin to focus on growth. To grow sales and attract consumers to the restaurant, we'll need to focus on promotions and incentives in our marketing practices. If the practices are a success, then we'll begin to plot our expansion in the region with similar tactics. If we succeed and establish ourselves in the Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma metro, we'll begin to spread outward in the region and establish 2 more restaurants, one in the U District in the heart of Seattle and another near the Tacoma Mall. These locations are strategically placed to capture younger consumers who frequent college campuses and storefronts and older consumers who attend university events and shop at brick-and-mortar stores. At this point, we'll begin to think about reaching the greater Pacific Northwest region through franchising. Franchising would allow us to reach a greater market while maintaining focus on the success of operations at the lowest levels. When reaching the point of franchising as our means of reaching the greater American market, investors in the $100,000 to $400,000 range will be rewarded with a certain percentage of the franchise fees and the opportunity to purchase a franchise at a discount price. If investors decide they would like to exit the business, We'll rely on the pre-negotiated terms and conditions of any investment deal to establish potential off-ramps for investors that would be designed to minimize the financial impact to the company while simultaneously identifying new investment partners that may be interested in coming on board. If the franchising is demonstrated as successful, it may also attract other entities that may be interested in acquiring that Crepe place. For any such offer to be considered, though, it must be approved by a majority of our founding members. Because that Crepe place is not yet at a level fit for a target market that encompasses American consumers as a whole, we'll focus our attention solely on the Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue metro area of Washington State at the present time. The population of this market was 3.8 million in 2016, with 65% of the population consisting of individuals aged 18 to 64 and a median age of 37.1. Income per capita in the market is $41,584, and the median household income is $78,000. Of the population, 42% has a bachelor's degree or higher, and 92% are high school graduates. The mean travel time to work is 30.8 minutes, which is 20% higher than the United States as a whole. We chose the Seattle-Tacoma-Bellevue Metro because of its prominence as a tech mecca with a large population and appetite for new restaurants. Specific to the restaurant industry, the Seattle Times estimated that Seattle saw approximately 290 new restaurants opened in 2017, while 85 existing restaurants closed. The Seattle Times conducted additional research into the city's restaurant industry, finding that the number of restaurants in the city has increased 25% in the past decade, with gross sales up 45% in the same period to a total of $2.9 billion. Additionally, it was reported that the first-year survival rate for Seattle restaurants was approximately 87%, also up from the prior decade by 4%. The restaurant industry generally has low barriers to entry and a steady stream of new entrants. We will seek to utilize our competitive position and be the first mover as the go-to place for crepes to protect ourselves from future competition. Paramount to establishing barriers to entry will be to follow a growth plan to expand to new regional locations before the competition is able to gain a foothold. Such a growth plan will also support our competitive position by strengthening the brand name and instituting that Crepe place as the go-to crepe destination. Given that our competition is either national and regional chains or local private establishments, available market share data is limited. However, these charts provide the number of limited service restaurants in our target metro area and also show the percent change in total GDP for the target area. This data serves as a good reference to evaluate trends in the local economy as well as the number of establishments per capita. As you can clearly see, the data shown here demonstrates a relatively steady number of restaurant establishments in the region coupled with consistent GDP and population growth. Good news for any startup restaurant. We feel consumers continue to show interest in new options hitting the food industry, including fast casual crepes that offer the intrigue of European style and food. Together with the fast casual restaurant style, this presents a category that is not currently available to the American public. A survey we conducted reaffirmed interest in a crepe-based fast casual restaurant, suggesting this concept offers a strategic opportunity. As shown in the chart, of the total respondents, 35% were extremely or very likely to visit a crepe restaurant. Although most respondents had previously had crepes, the majority of those that had not were open to the idea, with approximately 61% either very or moderately likely to visit a crepe restaurant. These findings bolster our belief that there's sufficient demand and interest in a crepe-focused fast casual restaurant. One one of the most difficult challenges when opening a new restaurant is predicting what demand will be and how to manage inventory to meet that demand. On one hand, managers can order too much and generate losses from waste. On the other hand, understocking inventory will create a bad first and lasting impression. We believe the best way to manage this problem is through soft openings with friends, family, and local businesses in the immediate area. This gives the new restaurant an opportunity to improve processes and better prepare our staff for the grand opening. It also helps to create a buzz because people can share their experience and help promote the restaurant. Our main goal is to source all of our ingredients locally. However, we're aware that there may be times where some items are not available or are just not in season. Operationally, we worked out a solution to accommodate our customers when this happens. In response to this challenge, our plan is to source select items from regional distributors when they're not available locally. Because of our unique position in an industry that is continually changing, our strategy is to stay lean to go fast. We're building an organization that can quickly adapt to anything our customers need, anytime they need it. In that spirit, our founding team will also operate as managers for our first year of operation, including overseeing menu development, purchasing, portioning, pricing, and inventory control, including approval of all financial obligations of the company. As founders, we will plan, develop, and establish customer service policies and objectives, and write, explain, and enforce an employee's manual for all employee-related policies. We believe our backgrounds give us a significant advantage over our competitors, and our dedication to the success of the business will be proven during our first year of operation. We also believe the personnel plan is in good proportion to the size of the restaurant and projected revenues. The staff will include 5 full-time employees, 10 part-time employees, and 5 owners working part-time, who will work a total of 400 man-hours per week, averaging a monthly gross payroll of $25,000 for the first year in business. The estimated gross annual payroll of $300,000 is 40% of total sales. At that Crepe place, our kitchen will consist of 1 head chef assisted by 1 assistant chef, 2 cooks that work directly with the assistant chef, and 1 quality control founder. Other staff will include 5 of the founders for the first year, 5 full-time workers, and 10 part-time contract workers. In order for that Crepe place to succeed, we will need to make a significant investment in the business in the months prior to opening. The focal point of these pre-opening investments will be on the physical location of the restaurant itself, including securing a lease for the space and utility services, purchasing the necessary equipment like food preparation and storage equipment, and office equipment such as computers, and furniture and fixtures to provide the trendy European-style environment that we seek to provide. With the location established, other pre-opening activities will be conducted to prepare for our grand opening, including testing and refinement of recipes, initial inventory stocking, training of employees, and initial marketing activities. While we expect there to be a large demand for our product, we're also a practical team and understand that even with a strategic marketing plan in place, it can take several months for a new restaurant's sales to reach a sustainable point that turns the business profitable. Also, due to the nature of the restaurant business, all revenue from sales will be captured near immediately, which effectively eliminates any risks associated with unpaid invoices or bad debt. For that Crepe place, we expect to be profitable during our second full year of operations. Based on our sales projections, we anticipate initial rapid sales growth, followed by a leveling off to a sustainable growth rate in years 3 to 4 of operation as we near market capacity for our initial location. At that point, we will evaluate the potential of opening 2 new locations in the larger Seattle metropolitan area. We estimate that the required cash flow to cover the pre-opening and early operating expenses of that Crepe place will be approximately $408,000, of which $183,000 accounts for capital investments and $225,000 for initial operating expenses. What we are offering is the opportunity to invest in that Crepe place and capitalize on the growing demand for fast casual restaurants that offer both fresh and ethnic-inspired cuisines. By selecting a tried and true model proven successful by other successful startups such as Mod Pizza, Qdoba, and Panera Bread, and applying it to the under-tapped yet healthy and popular Crepe food type, we feel that we are primed for success. The current business climate values restaurants for sale in our target market within a range of $200,000 to $500,000. However, there's no other opportunity like that Crepe place due to our unique and European-centric menu and climate, which couples with our long-term plans of expansion and franchising. With that Crepe place expected to be profitable during the second year of operations, and with the expansion opportunities allowing for continued high growth, we feel there's tremendous value in the company, and by investing during our startup period, the investor has the ability to realize tremendous gains.